How's everybody doing? Welcome to Farming Simulator 25 and welcome to Oak City. I found this map and I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. Great vibe to it. Feels really nice. And I decided I wanted to do a vintage survival series on it. Sort of a challenge, but sort of not. Let's not get in a car crash straight away, that'd be great. So yeah, vintage series. There's a few of these around. I'm going to be sticking to the fairly common rule set, you know, nothing newer than 1999. I like old equipment. I'm guilty of that. Big equipment's fun, but old equipment's cool. I've got the economy set to hard, just for a bit of a challenge. I've never done anything on hard economy. May suck and I may change it, but don't know, we'll figure that out. You'll notice there's not a lot of trees around, so there's not much that we can do in the way of forestry stuff, which is fine because I find a lot of the survival series where they start out doing forestry, it's pretty repetitive for the first couple episodes of just cutting down trees, so I'm not hugely upset by that, but I mean, we'll figure that out soon, I guess. Contracts, I'm going to allow contracts, but only if I use my own equipment. That means I can't hire the equipment to do it, obviously. I think this is my intersection here. Yeah, so I can do like harvesting contracts if I've got a combine and all that fun stuff, so seems pretty fair to me. Realistic equipment, so the auto balers and things, not going to happen, where you just drive past and your trailer just automatically loads up, so that won't be happening. Yeah, that's the basic rule set. We're just pulling up on my tiny little plot of land that I've got just over here, so it's my nice charming little section that I've got. You might be curious what car I'm physically driving right now. Let's just pull up in the driveway here. I have got this great looking mod. I'll have to link the modder in the description. It's an MQ MK short wheelbase patrol, SD33 diesel, 5-speed manual. I've got one. It looks just like this. Love it. I saw this and decided that had to be the car. It's from the mid-80s, so it fits with the theme of it, so nice. So as for equipment that we start with, obviously we've got our little bungalow house. We've got a shed. We've got a little side shed. We've got a comb here because we need some way to harvest something, and as you can see, I've got like one tree, two trees, maybe two trees, which isn't going to get us far, so starting equipment is a bit more than you'd normally see on the like challenges, but like I say, it's just for fun. I have got a plow and a seeder. Without these, I wouldn't be able to do anything really, so that's just the starting equipment. They are about as small as I could go without it going to take like an hour to make a field, so next up we've got the fun bits. We've got the Farmall Super H, lovely tractor. I'd love one of these. I've got a couple of grey Fergies and a couple of old Fordsons. These are wicked as well. And for the combine, we've got a New Holland, what is it? An M135. I honestly have no idea about it. I saw it and it's yellow, and yellow's my colour, so I had to go for the New Holland. So yeah, we've got this tiny little plot of land here, pretty much where the fence line is. It's a bit further this side of the fence line, and then up to that fence line over there. So not a huge amount of space to start with, but we don't need it. We haven't got really the equipment to use all of this space yet. So yeah, I think it should be a bit of fun. First thing that we need to do though, we need to jump on the old Farmall, kick her in the guts, listen to her. See if we can get it out of the shed without crashing. Lovely. And get her hooked up onto that plough because we need a field. I'm back from the store with my load of seeds. So let's get backed up onto here. Actually, I'll hook that up. So yeah, you would have seen I've got a trailer with seeds on it here. This is just my little transport trailer. And then I've also got, you know, the fieldwork trailer, so for all of my crop and everything can go on this one. Sort of role-playing it that I was renting a house in big city, whatever, and took a bank loan out of 125 grand to buy pretty much everything that's in frame right now, including the stuff that's hidden, and the field. So we got to try and make it work. So deciding where I want the first field to be, because I want a bit of a yard here. So I'm thinking I'm going to go... Don't know that I want to be working on that hill yet. I'm going to go over that way a bit. Let's jump on the old farm hole. Spin around. It's a little bit rough, but that's fine. Where do we reckon's a good spot for the first field? Would like to maybe put a fence up one day, so I'm not going to put it right on the road, but what do we reckon? Plant her right about here, you reckon? Let's drop her into the ground. Let's get a move on. Now I will time-lapse a lot of this, but yeah, let's just get a bit of an idea of the size of the field that we want to go for as a starting field, because we don't want anything too big, because otherwise it's going to take too long to do anything. So what do we reckon about there? This is just rough, so I can make it a lot neater at a later date. Just roughing it in for now. Drop it back in the ground. Lovely. The Super H loves it. Where do we want to go to? Right, probably around about there. We don't need anything too big. We got plenty of space to improve it later on, but we don't want to go too crazy overboard yet. Last thing we want to do is make anything so big that it takes us, a week to do anything. Get that in the ground, and let's head back up this way. Lovely. She's a lovely tractor. Whoop, that's the wrong lever. Pull the lever, Crunk. Wrong lever. Here we go. Alright, so that will end right around about... Right about there, I'm going to say. Let's reverse back. Join these two sections up. I do like how detailed some of these models can be. Drop it back in the ground, cruise across. Super H loves it. Alrighty. So that's about the size of our first field, guys. We have officially broken dirt. We know it's good soil because we're going to have the smallest crop around, but in the area there's some good sized crops, so let's get this thing all hunky-dory. coming to the end of this ploughing session, and can I say this farmer has just done an awesome job. And it's a satisfying ass job when it, you know, winging it, and it turned out to be exactly the right size to have a perfect size last cut. That's awesome. Alright, so let's just turn crap fields off, and we will go and park the... Actually, no. I do have the OCD, and this end is bugging me a little bit for how straight that it isn't. So I'm just going to do a quick another headland up here. With crate fields turned on. Just to straighten it up a bit, because it was bugging me how crooked it was. It's only going to take a second. Alright. Just get this last little bit here. And lovely. Alright. So definitely not the most glamorous of jobs to start us off with, but farming sim, and I enjoy the farming side of it rather than the logging side of it, so you can make a lot of money with logging, but not my cup of tea. Alright, let's get that loaded into there. Get it disconnected. Lovely. Great little plough that we've got there that I'm never going to be able to pronounce. So obviously the next job to do is going to be a bit of seeding. It's going to be a lot of time lapse in this, I think, but it's part of the fun. This is a great little seeder that I found on ModHub. Let's go and get her loaded up. Right. Sweet. Lovely. Let's go and get the field all, yeah, growing. Let's just confuse people and we'll go this way. Turn the seeder on and lower it down. Hit the cruise control. Lovely. First crop is going in the ground. Historic day. It's going to be a good crop as well. Probably should have paid more attention. I'm putting wheat in, apparently. But that's no huge drama. I was going to do canola, but I've forgot to change the crop type, so we're doing wheat. Problem with that is I've got no way to pick the straw up, and that's where you're going to get all of your money. That's fine, though. Maybe I can... No, that's the other thing that I didn't mention. No renting. I'm not going to be renting anything, so... Unless I can find a really cheap, tiny little baler that I can pick up by hand. The straw's gonna just get ploughed straight back in, but that's fine. We can make another field if need be. It's never a bad thing when your first crop's wheat, though. Right. Almost done a lap already. This is going a lot quicker than the ploughing was. That's a lot wider as well, so that's even better. The other thing that I probably won't use unless I really need to would be the GPS system in this game. It's a great system, don't get me wrong, but I'm no expert, but I don't think a Farmall Super H had GPS in it. Don't claim to be a whale biologist, but I think I know that much. Yeah, we will get this crop in and I will see you after that. coming up for hopefully the final pass. Did we luck out yet again? Oh, there's a tiny little bit that I missed at the start. Yeah, no, it's just too wide for this old seeder, so rather than pushing it, we'll just do one last pass. This was so much faster than ploughing. And you probably noticed I don't have a normal cultivator, so that is going to be one of the first things I'm going to look at buying is a cultivator, so I don't have to plough every time I harvest. Because that will get annoying real quick. That's going to look interesting when it grows, but alright, that's that field all ploughed up and planted. We're ready to go with that. Get the seeder chucked up in here. And we'll see what the next job's going to be. I don't have any form of sprayer yet, so what I'm going to do, turn the old girl off for a minute and we'll have a look in the contract section. Right, so I've gone and had a look and there is a job here that's going to pay $3,908. Field 112, they want it harvested, so I'm going to accept this contract, not borrow the items. And we will get driving over there. Just got to jump in my trusty New Holland. Get her started. She's damn close to the roof, but she doesn't hit, so it's good. And we'll hook the front up. Spin her around. It's a nice flat field as well, so it's going to take a while because it's a tiny little front that we've got on this thing, but that's fine. We've got all the time that we need. It's probably the most satisfying job, other than maybe making fields, because that was pretty satisfying to do. Yeah, we might need to make another field just so that we've got a bit more on the go. We've got a lot of space there. Don't want to have anything empty. But we're going to cruise on across to field 112 and yeah, we'll get started when we get over there. There's cows. Look at all the steaks and the hamburgers. They're so pretty. Alrighty, so we are pulling up on field number 112. It's a long drive, especially when you go the wrong way. But we're here. I'm not sure what it is. It looks like it might be canola, but I could be mistaken. Let's get it lowered down and start it up, and we'll see how we go with this. Might be one of the most satisfying jobs. Yep, we got canola, so we'll see how quickly we fill up. Hopefully not stupidly quickly, but yeah. Other thing I forgot to mention at the start, because I have the memory of a gnat and I forgot to put it in my notes, I've turned seasonal growth off. It's cool, just not for this series, really. Depending how this series goes, we may or may not do another series afterwards. This will be a long-term series, so still deciding, you know, if there is an end goal or not. You know, do you go the usual, oh, we made $100 bajillion. That's our goal. Yeah, still deciding on that. I'm just going to play until I've had my fun, I think. Do we play until we go further into the future and start getting some real big equipment? I don't think so. All I know is right now we got a fairly decent sized field to harvest. It's going to be a good amount of money for the dudes that we're doing this for. But it's also good to get the 135 out for a drive. That's confusing. I'm used to the Massey 135, the little red tractors. That would have been a cool starting tractor as well, but, you know, maybe not as cool as a Farmall Super H. I love those things. Little tricycle tractors are really cool. Yeah, it looks like we're just going to settle in. It's yielding really good, this crop. I know mine's not going to do anywhere near this good when I get to harvesting that. Purely because I've got no way to add fertiliser at this stage. Unless I can find a sprayer cheap enough after this. That would be good, because I'm going to get $4 or $5 grand. 4 grand for doing this, so that'll be good. Get some money in the bank. Yeah, we're about half full on the first thing, so I'm deciding how realistic I want to be, and if I want to cheat just a little bit and tow my trailer with the patrol, because this thing's faster than the Farmall is, believe it or not. Well, they're about the same speed, and it took a long time to bring it here, and it's a long way away for where I've got to sell the stuff, so I'm thinking I might just drag the patrol over here so that I can empty into that and use that for deliveries. All it is doing is saving me a little bit of time driving back and forward. So might need a service. It's struggling just a smudgen, but it's fine. Old equipment, you gotta love it. Would have liked to have gotten a one with a cabin on it, but it's what came with the farm, so I just saw it on the old Facebooks for sale. There was a farm with some basic equipment, enough to get you started. Pretty much spent every dollar I had. Well, obviously I've got nothing left in the bank. Coming here, I've got some food in the house, so that's all I needed for that. Yeah, we're just rocking and rolling. Having a great time playing farmers. It's going to be a good crop of sunflowers next to this canola as well. Right, I'm trying to run over the guy's fence because probably can't afford to fix that for him. This is a hell of a bumper crop he's got growing here. We are almost full and we haven't done a lap yet. 96, 97, 98, there we go. 99, and full. Alright, let's pipe out. There's my pipe. There it is. I think my missus will be upset that I'm showing everybody my pipe. Okay, let's go and get the patrol. Alrighty, so we have got a trailer here. I know I was trying to be realistic. I said I was trying to be realistic, but this is just... it's just saving me time, really, at the end of the day. So I don't mind doing this. I'm not going to do it for a super long time, but with the really slow equipment, I might just have to for a little bit. How full does this thing get off one bloody combine full? Don't be more than 50%. Oh, so I'm going to get 2 loads in the patrol. Alright, turn you off for now. Jump back in the New Holland. Get her started back up. And continue on harvesting for this mob. Right, so that was a massive waste of time, it turns out. I didn't get it done in time, so taking a massive loss there. God damn it. I didn't realise that you had to have it done before midnight, otherwise I would have slowed the time down a bit. Alright, I know for next time. I did get a trailer a crop, so I don't know what that's going to get me. It's probably not going to be a lot, but we're not looking good to start off with, to be totally honest with you. Yeah, not an ideal start to this series. Let's go and get this bit sold off anyway. Thing is, we've got a full load here, so a full load of a tiny little trailer. See what we get for it. Hopefully get us out of the negative. Nah, we're not getting out of the negatives with it, but alright, so we're back to about where we were. So I haven't lost any money, but we haven't made any money with that one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this back to the house and get the harvester taken back over there, and we will call it. Alright, so as you can see, this isn't my house, this is the dealership. They're still getting all set up in there. I called ahead and they said I can store this here because it's going to take forever to drive it back home. They said I can store it just in this corner here for the night, and yeah, we'll sort it out tomorrow. But that is going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you all for watching. As usual, hints, tips and tricks are always greatly appreciated. Until next time, be good or be good at it, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.